Welcome everyone. Adam the Woo here as the recording of this Wednesday, September 17th, 2025. I am in Buena Park, California. Not really sure exactly what I'm going to be doing throughout the course of the entire day, but I'm starting off by going to grab a coffee over at the coffee shop Starbucks before you go in to Knott's Berry Farm. I might pop in here, or I might just walk down Beach Boulevard through Buena Park. Whatever I do, no matter where the day leads, oh yes, no matter what happens, I am inviting you, yes you. It's good to have you here. If you join me. I'm going into the shadows. I'm going into the shadows now. Well, the coaster's not running. It is, what's the time frame? It's 10:26. I think Knott's opened at 10, but I don't hear the coaster running. All right, let's get the day going. Join me, shall you? Fountain looking. Oh, the coaster's going by over there. To be honest, I don't know if I'm even going to pop into Knott's. I guess I could. I'm right here, and I do have a season pass, an annual pass. But first priority, piping hot caffeinated beverage, which is on the other side of this building, right here. Grab myself a pumpkin spice. They wrote my name on the side of the cup. Heading down Beach Boulevard. A lot of cars on Beach Boulevard right now. Here in Buena Park, California. Look at that thing. It's a big ladder on that. When you get across the street from Knott's, you start to notice there's some theming here that has the little bit of the same kind of flair as in the theme park next door. The Claim Jumper, which is a restaurant, has a little mine cart right here. I don't see any gold nuggets down in there. Oh, look at this. This is dated back to 88. November 1st of 88. I'm reading it upside down, but also November 1st of 57. It looks like people wrote their maybe birth dates in there. Not really sure. One thing is kind of a bummer. So the McDonald's over there used to be themed all old Western style for many years. It was amazing. You go in there, they had trains, miniature trains, going all around the little restaurant area where you'd have your booths and things. Above your head would be these miniature trains, and there was pictures of the old West and Knott's back in the day. And without any notice, maybe like a year ago, they just tore it down and built this new one. I mean, almost instantly it was gone and the new one sprung up. So goodbye to the past and hello to the future of Mickey D's. In the sun it feels way hotter than 82 degrees, way hotter. Thankfully there's going to be some cloud formations rolling in. It feels like it's 100 degrees out here. It's not, it's only 82. I didn't mean to make a Knott joke because Knott's is right next door. That was an accident. Yeah, I miss the old McDonald's here. Everything's all streamlined nowadays, not kitschy anymore. Good old Buena Park. That's a pretty neat looking sign though, I gotta be honest. Kind of a cool sign. Oh, you know, so you got the Golden Arches there, but other than the McDonald's logo being the Golden Arches, nowhere on property does the building have any Golden Arches. Just a sign now. Not a lot of shade here on the road either, but what there is the mark of the beast. But what there is Rockin' Brews has some records down here. Like right there, that is Madonna, like a virgin. In the concrete itself, it's like a walk of fame. Patti Smith, horses. The Who, Tommy. Jefferson Airplane. Grateful Dead. Got John Lennon flashing the peace sign right there. I ate here one time. I don't know, maybe 4 years ago. That was the only time. There's a helicopter up there going by. That's right. Come on. That's right. Get to the chopper. So this, many years ago, used to be a wax museum. All that over there used to be celebrity handprints. Arnold was one of the ones over there. There used to also be a entryway into the wax museum, and when they tore down the wax museum around back, they left the little entry point in. That was a coffee shop for a while, so it's been bulldozed. And they were gonna build some sort of a butterfly exhibit here, but construction has halted on that. Also, Medieval Times across the way there, used in The Cable Guy. Matthew Broderick, Jim Carrey classic, directed by Ben Stiller. That is the Medieval Times from The Cable Guy. Stand up and cheer for your knight. That's the spot. Kind of wish they would have left the handprints. Let's see if I can step up on here. Left the handprints up over here. So there was a lot of history. The celebrities that have all placed their hand and footprints and signatures in the ground, kind of like Hollywood Boulevard, an Orange County version of Hollywood Boulevard. Not up in LA, down in the OC. But they took the bulldozer through, plowed it all up, and now there's whatever these are in their place. They've been sitting here for a long time. There might be some broken up celebrity handprints down in there somewhere, all shattered. Nice little castle right here on the side of the road. There's one of these in Kissimmee, Florida too, not too far from where I live in Celebration. Nice little mural up here on the side of the building as well. Let me walk up here and show the painting of all the different knights that you can root for, stand up and cheer for. Also, if you've ever seen Cable Guy, the announcer for the Medieval Times scene, I already mentioned Jim Carrey and Matthew Broderick, but the announcer was Andy Dick. Fun fact. He was great in that role. A couple of the horses over here. Look. Some horses from the show. Snacking on some of the foliage there on that tree. Very nice. Medieval Times. That's a great old RV right there. Look at that thing. Nice. Very retro. On the corner of Sunset Boulevard and Vine Street up in Hollywood, there's a similar building to this that has like mural right there on the side. This one is geared towards Buena Park. Got the old Prospector, the ghost town, water tower, some cowboys. I've never actually taken the time to sit and look at this. It also has the Rio Southern Railroad train from Knott's too. Look at that. That's pretty dang cool, made out of tile. Yeah, but that bank reminded me of the same one that's up in Hollywood. Might even be the same person that did the tile on that one. I believe this sign here is new. The Prospector and his trusty mule is not, though. That's been there for a long time. He's got his corncob pipe. Mule's got his bags all packed up. They're doing a little traveling. And I believe, don't quote me on this, but I believe this is a Claude Bell piece of artwork, who did the Cabazon dinosaurs, and also at the wheel in that was used in Pee-wee's Big Adventure when he gets his, loses his wallet, realizes his wallet's gone. And also when he walks in and says, "Large Marge sent me." That building was bulldozed, but in front there used to be another recreation of this. The old prospector and his trusty mule in front of that diner. And that's been long gone. It's been long gone. But this one's still here. Had grabbed an Uber and made it over to my favorite pho place. Pho 21. Pho. You can pronounce it either way. I pronounce it pho, but sometimes pho. Out of all the pho places I've been, this is my favorite, here in Buena Park, California. Been here probably 100 times in my life, most of the time when I was living here, obviously, but when I visit and I am in Buena, I will stop off here at Pho 21. So good. So good. Something about the broth, something about the spring rolls they have. Next level good. Highly recommend here in the OC. A little Pho 21. In fact, I remember back in 2020 when everything closed and you couldn't eat indoors, they had everything set up out here. I even did some food review stuff and Pepper again to daily vlogs where I was eating out here because you couldn't go inside. That was quite a time. In fact, I think I ate at this table right here on more than one occasion. And my go-to meal when I'm here is always the same. I get the pho ga, which is, I don't remember the number, I just always say pho ga. Right here. Nope, that's not it. Wow, is it still on here? It's gotta still be on here. Oh, here, number 16. Chicken noodle soup, and I will get an order of spring rolls. So number 16, pho ga, and spring rolls. That's my go-to. Definitely my go-to. So I went with the large bowl. Again, the pho ga. Chicken, a sliced chicken. I always get the extra onions as well. Always like a little extra onions. And usually I don't go too heavy on the sriracha. Maybe like a little tiny bit. I went a little heavier than I usually go on the sriracha, and it definitely opens up the sinuses a little bit. Getting the sriracha. I think next time I used to eat it with no sriracha, but now I've been using sriracha. I think I went a little too heavy on the sriracha, but still amazing with the broth and the sriracha mix and all that. And now I'm right next door to Pho 21 at a boba place. Right next door, directly next door. It's the next storefront over. And I got myself a number 7, a caramel milk tea right here. A little boba tea. I had water with the meal, but now I'm having a boba afterwards. And I gotta grab another ride share and get back over towards where I'm staying. Pretty good. Caramel, or is it caramel? I never know how to pronounce it. It's like Caribbean. I think either is appropriate. Look how delicious that looks. Oh yeah, that's tasty. There's some birds up in these trees. These palm trees have a lot of the fruit or whatever this is falling. It's like little acorns almost. Little dandelion here. They say if you make a wish, you blow the petals off, the wish will come true. Is that how it works? This area is over in a spot called Koreatown in Orange County. It says I love Koreatown and I love Orange County. I went to Korea earlier this year. Went to Seoul, South Korea. Enjoyed it. There's the Korea Daily paper right there. I'm just waiting on my Uber to show up, browsing around. Should be here in about 2 minutes. Another international travel destination in November. That'll be my next international travel. Big truck coming by. Still in Buena Park, over off of Stanton. Stanton Avenue. And right in here, off Stanton, was an old abandoned Burger King. This lot, back when Kevin Smith made Clerks 2, was like a gravel lot. And then Moobys, which they basically rented the old Burger King and turned it into Moobys, the fast food place, was right over here where Jay and Silent Bob were on the corner. And what got me thinking recently, I was on a flight with Jason Mewes, who played Jay, and I knew it was in Buena Park, and I wanted to go show where the Moobys used to be. It used to be right up here, right on the Corsica streets, right on the cross streets of Corsica and Stanton. In fact, when you watch the film, many times do you see the building that is now the Buena Park Inn, which is a motel. Before they added this hedge here, you could see these windows up here. Also, Kevin's here.
We're here. We're back. Spooky weekend. Here we go.
We're ready. But before that, it's Moobie Day. Moobie. Where did Kevin Smith get the name Moobys from? But it was right here. This is where it was. This is where the Burger King was. Right here that they rented. And I think a lot of the scenes was on that corner there, where Jay's like, 15 bucks, little man, put that you know what in my hand, was like right there. And then there was a huge crane scene up here. It was a huge dance sequence where they were all right here. Can't really match up a whole lot up, and I was thinking you could probably match up across the road. But even across the road, the old car wash and everything has been torn down. That was over here. And now there's a dental place, a wireless spot, a wellness spot, and a new 7-Eleven that's opening over here. Oh, look at that building. That almost looks kind of Nazi-ish off in the distance there. That's interesting. Again, it's very hard to match anything up, but if you look across the way, there's this power pole when he runs out and she's driving off in the car. And you see the power pole and you see that beige building with that kind of unique rectangular dark, not a door, but the side of it there. That is still over there. There's the power pole, and there's that kind of dark side of that building there. But this used to all be a flat area, so the entrance of Moobys would have been probably around where that pole right there is, tucked away in there. I wonder if the people live here have any idea they're living where Moobys was. Or maybe they're watching Clerks 2 right now, maybe. All right, the building next door, and what I thought was an empty lot, is the same auditorium. You can see the roof line there for the auditorium, the glass going to that little L-shaped. Yeah, there we go. That's the same right there. There's the glass and there's the L-shape. There's a couple things you can match up. All right, match up one more thing. Here's where the table was outside the Moobys. And you can see the wall there, now covered up by foliage. Then you can also see that motel in the background. It's really the only thing that you can heavily match up these days over here in Buena Park. The Buena Park Inn, right there. The wall behind that foliage, and there's the balcony you can see so many times. This is also when they were on the roof singing. It was basically right here. You see this motel, I don't know, 20 times in the movie. And this is what it looks like now. The former home of Moobys. All right, just strolling along. Speaking of old motels, check out the Westward Wagon Inn. I don't even know if it's, well, if it's open, there's nothing on the marquee. Kind of has that old Western feel all around Knott's Berry Farm. Yeah, the air conditioning unit's on, so looks like it might be. Then there's the Colony Inn and Suites right here. And down Beach Boulevard, there used to be a lot of these old motels. A lot of them, but a lot of them have been torn down. This is over on Crescent, I believe, off of Beach. Colony Inn and Suites Hotel. I was looking at the weather for tomorrow. It's supposed to rain tomorrow, like storm tomorrow. I mean, I'm used to it being a Floridian. Get used to the storms, but in SoCal, you don't really get a lot of the clouds. And it's starting to be close to dusk, starting to get the Orange County birds, the crows are out well, they just flew off. They got a little camera shot. I'm curious to see if tomorrow, if it does storm like it's going to say. It doesn't really storm in Southern California too often. But you can see the clouds up there. Might even storm tonight. It's like dusk is about to rear its head, and then nightfall. I'm going to go ahead and call it a day. Got a busy extended weekend starting very, very soon. Events, hecticness, things happening. It's going to be a busy one. And then if all goes well, by early to middle of next week, I'll be home for my 4+ week time back in Celebration, Florida. A solid month at home, into the middle of next week. We'll see if the plans don't change, but that's my plan anyway. All right, that's going to do it for today. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video. The vlog is over.